How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. As many of you are probably aware, the next step in going to stage 2 is the installation of a DECAT downpipe. As a brief overview, this video is simply getting the DECAT downpipe installed. There's a few other things covered in this video. I'm going to show a comparison of the cold starts between the standard CAT versus the DECAT. I'm going to talk a little bit about the downpipe itself, and there's also a few clips of drive-bys prior to getting it installed. I'm well aware you can install the downpipe yourself on a set of jack stands. I've opted out for this as they're generally quite difficult to do without a lift getting the old one out, and in addition to that, I got a good deal on getting this installed. Ultimately, this step in going stage 2 will get us good horsepower gains, but it's very unlikely to reach the 400 horsepower mark. And that's until you install an upgraded intercooler, which I'm still debating whether or not to do. There is no rush. It can still be mapped with the DECAT and the other parts that I've installed in the previous video, such as the high flow turbo elbow, larger intake pipe, and the Pikey R600 airbox mod. And if so, the car can always be taken back to get remapped again if I do eventually decide to get it installed. So this drive-by clip is with the standard CAT still installed, but the car does have a resonator delete. It does still sound pretty good. So the downpipe itself is just a stainless steel 3-inch pipe. It has been fabricated by hand, and so there are some pretty nice welds on it. If you're thinking of getting one for your own Golf R or S3 or even your Cupra, there's plenty of options out there. They all do the exact same thing, and a lot of the time you don't need to pay big money for names such as Miltac or Scorpion, which seem to be the kind of key ones people use. I did get this Lambda Sensor spacer to stop the engine management light coming on, but it didn't actually fit when the downpipe was installed, so a bit of a waste of money in my opinion. They do just screw into where the original Lambda Sensor goes, but when getting mine installed, the guy just said there was not enough space for it at all. If you're going to get the downpipe installed and mapped pretty soon after, it's not too much of an issue, but getting it installed without getting a map will throw a check engine light, and this wee Lambda sensor just kind of stops that. Where I live, it's kind of a drawback as the only main super netted that you can get is 97 RON at a max, and then there's the standard 95 RON, which is available everywhere. There are a few places that are getting 99 RON, but typically 97 is the max you'll ever come across. And as you're probably aware yourself, fuel does make a big difference when it comes to mapping a car to get the most amount of horsepower possible. So a few hours later, I got the call, car's ready. A lot easier than me trying to do it without a lift. I'm sure you'll agree that it looks quite pretty sitting in there. Hopefully after a while, we'll get a nice bluish purple tint when the exhaust gets up to temperature. First sort of opinions driving off, and there's a lot more vibration through the car, and the exhaust does have a very noticeable deeper tone and grunt out of it. Didn't really note it in this video, but when you're just driving around in drive, the oil temperature is a lot lower than what it usually was. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'm sure you'll agree that the actual cold start and general sound of the car is a lot nicer. And please join me in the next video when I am taking the car to get mapped on the dyno. Hopefully we can reach that 370 to 380 horsepower mark.